It is Wednesday, June 10th, and I am Barbara. I almost never say that. I am Barbara. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as DeevaaS. And I am the host of the Flame and Fiber podcast, if you're just finding me. But I spend a lot more time, and there's my Maisie. Maisie, come here. Here, say hi. There's my Maisie girl. Yeah. A lot more time doing CoronaVlogs than I do podcasts these days. This is vlog number 81. Crazy. I slept pretty well last night, so that was good. And it's going to be a really, really hot, muggy day today, but right now, even though it's late-ish because I've had a lazy morning, it's 11. It's still pretty nice. It's supposed to get really muggy, Dennis said. He's got to do his part of the lawn, but I did mine yesterday. I processed my vlog and just went out and mowed before it got super hot, although that was like 11 o'clock. And got it over with, got it done. Then about an hour later we walked the dogs, and then I took a shower and put on my lounging pajamas and knit and did whatever I wanted. So the plan for today is to do whatever I want. I'm lounging. I put on my pajama pants. I have a pair of pants that I bought a long time ago that are lightweight and comfy, lightweight, sort of t-shirt material. And I wore them. And then, I'd had them for I don't even know how long, and then I read the label and it said they were pajama pants. I had no idea. I was just wearing them. They were to me just light sweatpants, So I don't care if they're pajama pants. I'm wearing them on my walk today because I'm lounging today in my pajama pants, which are now kind of big on me, but still comfy. Drinking my coffee. It's a fast day today, so I will be working upstairs either on my clothes. I have clothes to iron and that kind of stuff, or in my room. Getting it organized, and maybe I'll move 2 things out of the guest room and back into my work room. My other thought was I was going to take all my cross-stitch materials upstairs and figure out where they can live in my room, get them a little bit organized, and maybe pick my next cross-stitch project and get that set up, get all the flosses organized and everything, so that when I've decided I want to cross-stitch, everything will be ready. So I think I'll maybe do that. I'm not sure. I also took all my knitting bags. I have this pile of stuff next to my chair, just on the floor. It's hidden from view of anybody but me and Pearl, who likes to sleep on the other side of it. Knitting bags, and I have a tote bag full of my needles, and I went through those bags, and I had about 5 bags that were really empty, except for the leftover yarn from the project. So like every sweater I've knit this year, the bag was still there. So that kind of thing. So I took them upstairs, and they need to be processed. I need to get the yarn out of them and figure out what I'm going to do with those yarns and things like that. So I could do that too. I have little things to do. They don't have to be big. I can make some progress. Today I think I'm going to try to finish the potholder oven mitt that I'm in the middle of, and that will be my 3rd one. And then I'm going to figure out how to felt them. I've got to find something that I can put with them in the washer and the dryer so that they felt up really nicely. And I don't have, you know, in the olden days I had like canvas sneakers and, you know, things you could put in there that would like beat them up. But I don't. And these are like a dark burgundy color, which I hesitate to wash them with, you know, almost anything that's not really dark. But it makes me wish I hadn't thrown away those sweatpants that I had that had big holes in the crotch. I could have put them in there. Anyway, I'll figure it out. But I want to finish those and process them and get them into service so we can be using them in our kitchen. So that would be good. My loud bird is back and being answered. Did you hear the answer? So, a few minutes ago, my neighbor across the street was processing his wood. A couple of weeks ago, a logging truck full of trees, like a logging truck like you would see riding down the highway in Oregon, came up our street, backed into the neighbors across the street, and these logs were picked up and put in his yard. Giant trees. He now has a firewood sign, for sale sign in his front yard. And he's been processing his lumber periodically, but he's not doing it right now. This is a relatively new neighbor who I have not met, which sounds very unneighborly of me. But yeah, we're not, you know, it's a country road, and I don't know, people aren't like, hi, you're new to the neighborhood, here's a coffee cake kind of thing. So I know the neighbors on my driveway, and I know the neighbor across the street, and I knew the neighbor who lived in next door on the other side who has since died. But I don't know everyone else up and down the street. But I should. Now that I say that out loud, that's like, you know, maybe that'll be my project, my post-coronavirus project, to introduce myself to my neighbors. The woman who got the wood, she jogs up and down her driveway and around her backyard and back up and down, so she's trying to, I see her exercising, trying to keep up her exercise routine even in the days of coronavirus. So, and then they have kids, but I haven't really seen much of the kids. I don't think they're very old. So anyway, ramble. So my plan is to not do too much today, except work in my room a little bit, and I still haven't raked my carpet, so it's time to do that. I might do that, but I'm not making any promise, so if I get motivated, I will do that. But I'm going to sit out here for a little while the sun is behind the trees. The tree shade is way more comfortable than the umbrella shade. So if I'm just sitting in the shade of the umbrella on a very sunny day, it doesn't work. But the trees, why would that be? But the trees shade is way more comfortable. So I will sit here while the tree shade is comfortable on my deck and work on my oven mitts. I'm within 2 or 3 inches on my taupe sweater of starting the bottom. The bottom has a split hem and a row of tulips and then a row of ribbing. And I'm gonna be putting the sweater on waist yarn and trying it on just to get an idea, because I'm not sure how long I want it to be. I don't want it short, too short like my boxies. I don't want to have to wear a tank top under it to cover my belly in case I have to raise my arms for some reason. So I want it long enough to, when I go like this. Of course, it doesn't have sleeves, so it's not going to pull up nearly as much as the boxy would. Anyway, I'm going to try it on to figure out how long I want it, because I don't want to have to wear a tank top under it when I wear it. That's my goal, to not have to wear a tank top. So I need to figure out what length that is, and then estimate how much more, you know, whatever. But I think I have at least 3 more inches to go. It says 11 inches and then start, and I don't know how deep I can measure the tulips. The tulips are probably an inch at least. And then, you know, so it's going to be at least 3 inches more, is my guess. So, anyway, before I get, well, I got plenty of time. 3 inches is going to take me all day or more. So tomorrow or the next day, I got to figure out when to stop my in the round and split for the hem and finish up my taupe. I'm hoping my yarn comes today for my l'envelope. And so I will. If that happens, I will be winding yarn. And taking it easy on a hot, muggy day, but it's bright and sunny, hardly a cloud in the sky. Gee, I see something that might be a contrail. We used to have a lot of contrails. You know, I live not close enough to the airport where the noise is anything, because it's like a 45-minute drive for me, almost an hour. But we're in the path to the airport, for Philadelphia airport, for a lot of planes. So usually we've got lots of contrails. But in this day and age, there are many fewer contrails. But I see one. So a plane was here recently. Anyway, so no dogs cavorting behind me today. That sun is warm and Maisie gets hot. Pearl does too. She was laying out for a minute and then she saw a squirrel and that was it. So I'm sure they're both inside. Either Pearl has actually taken the vent cover off. Our vents in the downstairs are in the floor. And she has taken the whole vent cover out. She has somehow managed to nudge it out, and now there's a hole in the floor, and she lays there and sticks her nose in the hole. That's to get the air conditioning. She sticks her nose in the floor, in the hole. Luckily, it is a very secluded corner and not likely to have anything fall in that hole, because I think it would be lost and gone forever if it did. Of course, she could put something in that hole. She could take a bone or a... But she's so funny. Oh, helicopter. Right overhead. Looked army to me. We have Willow Grove Naval Air Station. Half an hour down the road. 45 minutes. Anyway, enough. It's enough. So I'm feeling good. I slept well. And I'm anticipating a pretty good day. the news feels kind of encouraging. It feels like the messages are getting through a little bit. The conversation has shifted to things that are a little more productive and a little more hopeful, I think. And solidarity around the world, and that's good. But boy, coronavirus has gone off the news, hasn't it? Although when you look at the numbers, apparently there's some spiking going on in the United States, in some of the places that have kind of opened up a little bit, so that's worrying. We are now in yellow, but I will not be changing what I'm doing in the least in terms of protocol and level of going out and about. Although I'll go to the state store if I need to, but I go to the grocery store, but I'm careful, so that's not going to change. We won't be going to any restaurants anytime soon. So anyway, that's it for me. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope everyone is healthy and staying safe and calm, and it's feeling good too. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane.